Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B ward, this is Mortem. I'm Don.
And I'm JD, and I'm fucking fired up and ready.
You are fired up?
I am fired up.
You are fired up. I just took a Vicodin before I got here, and I'm drinking a Red Bull. I feel like fucking solid gold.
It's like a speedball. It's like a legal speedball.
It's in my veins.
Well, I'm excited, because today I have a really fucking shitty bad movie, and I have a really good movie.
Yeah, I saw you post on Facebook that you saw some awesome movie, and I'm super curious what it is.
Yes, and I have fans of the show private messaging me, trying to tell me, I don't want to wait till Wednesday. What is this movie? I want to see it.
Nice.
I want to see this movie, and I want to know what it is, and then hear what you have to say about it, and I already know.
I want
and to that, I say, no, you will wait.
I say, nay, sir.
Nay, sir. Good day.
Well, I'm glad that you have a really, really good movie, because I only have okay movies, and one movie is more okay than the other.
Well, that's not okay with me. Yeah. But it's not time for that yet.
That's right.
It's time for horror news.
Horror news.
It's kind of scaring me. I think I might scream.
Did you torture a little girl to get that scream?
Something like that. All right, enough with the shitty sound effects. Time for some horror fucking news. Yeah. I got 3 things.
I got news this time. I'm actually back on my game.
All right. Dom's on his A game.
Yeah.
Well, since you're back, you're in the swing of things. Why don't you start us off?
All right. We actually had brand new news today out of the Slender Man case.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually were in court today. They were trying to get bail reduced on the girls and get them out of the juvenile detention facility and into their respective grandparents' house.
And then if you guys are listening to this, we are recording on the 22nd of April, so
yeah,
not as of the Wednesday this will be released.
So as of April 22nd, they were asking to have bail reduced and have them be able to stay with their respective grandparents, and the judge declined that because he thinks that there's still a flight risk, because they were able to get away from their parents and get hundreds of miles away from their house once.
And because Slender Man will take them by his big, strong arms.
That's right.
Take them, flee to Canada.
With all the love in the world. Canadian, I'm the Slender Man, eh?
Slender Man comes from Canada, you know that, right?
He does?
I just always thought so.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no explanation.
Canadians are tall and pale, so it makes sense.
Right.
I'm sure he likes syrup. But something interesting came out during the recent proceedings. Apparently, one of the girls that was responsible for the stabbing was diagnosed with early onset schizophrenia.
Okay, so they're going to plead insanity. And
she actually thought that the Slender Man was talking to her, which makes more sense now. And she was hearing voices of Harry Potter characters.
What if she doesn't have schizophrenia and the Slender Man
he actually is
talking to her?
Well, they've got her on medication now. And she's apparently responding very well to treatment and is actually feeling remorse for the crime, and having, proper emotional responses where she wasn't before.
Well, I hope they take good care of him and rehabilitate him.
Yeah.
Get him back into society.
Yeah, they're talking about... initially, they had said that they're going to try them as adults, which could put them in prison for 45 years if they're found guilty.
Yeah.
But they're trying
to appeal that
now.
Canadian courts come down hard on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Guilty, eh? Send that hoser to prison.
So. No death penalty, though, in Canada.
No. Yeah, that's the news on that so far.
Wow.
I've been following this one. I'm very interested in this case.
I'm really interested in that documentary. I want to see it.
I'm excited.
I've been searching it out. It's not available yet. You know?
Yeah. In the seamy underbelly of the internet that we know nothing about.
Yes,
because we support buying films or Redbox.
Yes, we do. Fuck the Redbox. You ever go to 7-Eleven? You know, you need a beer or some hot Cheetos or something. So you head to the 7-Eleven. You see this people standing out in front of the Redbox. Different forms of humanity can be seen.
Oh yeah,
at the Redbox line.
Oh yeah,
a lot of pajama pants going on.
a lot of pajama pants, a lot of yoga pants and Uggs.
yoga pants that are not appropriate on those asses.
Right. A lot of people scratching open sores. There used to be a Redbox in front of the Circle K that used to be by my house. It's an independent liquor store now, so they got rid of the Redbox. But there was some nastiness happening around like 2:30 in the morning.
If I was a drug dealer, I'd just hang out by the Redbox.
Every once in a while, I think about dressing up like an ogre and standing in front of a Redbox and being like, "You must pay the toll." See how much money I can get before I get arrested.
All right. Well, my first bit of horror news. You know, I'm very fond of Elvira.
Oh yeah, you got two standees that are in here.
Yeah, we got two little Elviras here. One, the rare Chorus Light Elvira. You know.
Oh, she's actually holding that in that.
I didn't put that shit on there. I got combined two of my favorite things together. They came together like butt cheeks.
Yeah, for real.
So, anyways, Elvira has been announced to host Scare LA 2016, August 6th to 7th at the Pasadena Convention Center. It's going to be a convention highlighting Halloween and haunted houses.
Whoa.
With vendors, art, exhibits, haunts, workshops, screening of movies, games, costume party, and more. Last year it drew about 10,000 people. They're expecting more this year.
That sounds like something worth going to.
And I want to take the show on the road. I think me and you need to take a little trip down to the Scare LA on behalf of Postmortem. Pass out some of our business cards, which we don't really have, but we can make them.
We can make them. That's
easy. Go to the local library and Xerox some shit.
Let me see how I'm doing because I'm supposed to be getting back surgery this summer.
Yes.
So if I'm out of my hard brace and can walk, I'm down to go. Or you can push
me
in a wheelchair.
Yeah, we can skip the line.
Yeah,
you know, even as a vendor, you know, there's going to be a line. You milk that wheelchair for all it's worth. I'll wheel your ass around all day.
Shit. All right, cool. I'm dressing up like fucking Franklin from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know what I would be. I will be a male Elvira. We wear the same exact
the dress.
Outfit.
That would be sexy.
I don't think she would take a picture with me. So yeah, I'm obsessed with Elvira, and of course, we are looking to get to some conventions on behalf of Postmortem.
Yeah.
Meet some people, spread the show around. You know, we're gonna have T-shirts and shit like that. Hopefully by that time, it's August. I mean, we got a few months to get our shit together. Yeah. So maybe we'll do it.
Yeah.
So if you're at Scare LA and you see Postmortem, come say hi.
Yes.
Give us a hug.
Buy us beer.
Buy us a beer. Give us a high five.
I like high fives.
What you got next?
Have you heard about There Are Monsters?
Nope.
It's directed by what's his name? Brian Bertino, who did The Strangers. And he's making a monster movie about a mother and a daughter trapped in the Black Woods in their car, being pursued by monsters that you may or may not ever see, but you will hear. And so it's going to be.
See, I don't like the thing where they never show, nothing happens. Like they got to show some monsters.
It can be done right.
It can, like in Evil Dead, like the presence when they're running and stuff. But I don't need a whole movie of that.
I have a lot of faith in him though. The Strangers was really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And he did Pursuit, and the whole emphasis on the movie is the claustrophobia of being stuck in the car and the panic of like the little girl not believing in her mother as her mother does things to try to save her and nothing works, so she gradually starts losing faith in her mom. Like, it could be real fucked up. And as a sound design guy, like, I love sound design. And good sound design can make a movie for me.
I agree. And it could also kill a movie. It's bad.
It's being produced, though, by the people who produce Green Room and Swiss Army Man.
Okay.
So
I cannot wait for Green Room. I am so stoked on Green Room. You know, it's only screening right now in major cities.
Right.
We can't go see that fucker, but it's almost worth a drive down to LA just to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking about taking the trip down to LA, seeing some friends, watching me some Green Room.
Yeah, I think I'm free next weekend.
Well, maybe next weekend we'll take a trip down. I'm hoping it's going to get wider release, though.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it gets good reviews and everything. A lot of people
At least
are,
it's the Palm Theater and Slow or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we're about 4 hours north of LA here at the B Ward, so it's quite the little journey, but
Right.
maybe we can head up to Museum of Death, get some good food.
Yeah.
Go see fucking Green Room. Professor X. Nazi. All right.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested in where this is going to go. It's got a good director, it's got a good production company, and if they do it right, it'll be awesome. If they do it wrong, it's going to be fucked up. But
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you know about this. Preacher. Based on the comic graphic novel.
my favorite comic book.
Coming to AMC.
Yep.
Have you seen the new trailer? The longer trailer that they have?
No.
There's a new longer trailer.
Okay.
It's not just like that little teaser. It's got some
Right.
shit in it. So.
Okay.
So based on the comic book, it looks really good to me.
Nice.
You know, AMC is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking Bad, amazing. Better Call Saul. Walking Dead, it's still around. You know, Fear the Walking Dead sucks. Walking Dead is still pretty good. It used to be a little bit better, but they're kind of dragging it on, you know, milking
Yeah.
it for all it's worth. Turn, Washington Spies, which you know.
Yeah. it's
Not
your favorite
horror
show.
related, my favorite show ever. So AMC, I got some faith in them. They've had some of the best shows on TV so far without the benefit of more mature content like
Right.
HBO.
Right.
I wish that Preacher was on like a HBO or
Yeah.
something like that.
The thing about Preacher, like, Preacher is awesome because it's serious, it's dark, it's gritty, and then all of a sudden it goes off the fucking rails insane. And there's
Yeah.
all kinds of weird, like, sexually deviant characters
Yeah.
and all kinds of
So
weird...
I'm hoping that they're going to be like unrated DVD, you know,
Yeah.
after the show airs. But still, it sucks because you've already seen it, but you saw it without the good stuff.
Right.
You got to rewatch the whole series. But I'm looking forward to it. And as of today, April 22nd, it is going to debut on AMC 1 month from today.
Really?
May 22nd at 10 p.m. AMC. 10 p.m. time slot. Hopefully that late time slot will allow them to
Get away with a little bit more.
Get away with a little bit more. They've been showing, like we said in a previous podcast, that there's been a lot of dudes' asses.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a nipple or two.
Right.
You know, one can only dream.
I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. But if they fuck it up, I might end up in prison, to be honest. 'Cause that's like messing with the Bible, man.
All right. Well, you got one more
Yeah,
bit
I
of horror news?
got one more thing. I watched an interesting trailer today for a movie called The Neon Demon. Have you seen this?
I did see it. I was hammered drunk when I saw the trailer. Though. I remember
So it was like 2 days ago, last night.
it was like
5 minutes
an
ago.
hour ago. But yeah, I did look really cool. It has a lot of mainstream actors. Huh?
Yeah, it's got Elle Fanning, who's Dakota Fanning's sister, and it's directed by the guy who made Drive. And Drive was an interesting movie.
Yeah, Drive is cool. I like those kind of movies. Restricted narrative.
Yeah,
You know, where you're following one person around, and I
you
like
only
that.
know what they know.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that.
This seems to he has I don't know if he does his own DP work or if he's got a director of photography that comes in for him, but it has a very similar visual vibe to Drive, which I like.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
And it's Elle Fanning plays an aspiring supermodel who gets hooked in with this like gaggle of women who are obsessed with youth and beauty. It turns out they're vampires.
okay.
And the whole thing, the promo has a lot of really good imagery in it, a lot of cool use of neon lights and things like that, and a whole
it's
lot
like
of
psychedelic almost. Yeah.
like lesbian psychedelia with jungle cats.
Yeah. Well, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very pretty and it's going to be very bloody for sure. Like
Sweet.
and that's 2 out of like 4 requirements for me.
You know how I said you can't beat that?
Yeah.
I think my next little bit of news, movie I heard about just recently,
Okay.
but apparently it's been teased and in production hell for a long time. I think it might top that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You ever hear of a little film called Cold Skin?
Cold Skin. No.
Okay. So it's based on the best-selling Spanish novel. Was set to start production in 2009.
Wow.
So that's a bad sign, right? 2009. With director David Slade of 30 Days of Night and Hard Candy. I love Hard Candy. Hard Candy's awesome.
I like
30 Days of Night.
I liked it. Yeah,
it's
I
all
liked
right.
the movie.
But in 2011, he gets booted. They
Okay.
get a new director. The guy who directed Frontiers from France. You ever see Frontiers?
Yeah.
I love that shit. Xavier, that's all I have in my notes, so I might have deleted
Xavier Frenchman.
I've deleted his first name or last name. It just says Xavier here, so Xavier Frenchman?
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods, PhD. Director.
Derailed.
Yes. Anyways, production has begun after years on the back burner. What this is about there's a scientist goes to an island off the coast of Antarctica to log wind conditions in a journal for a full year.
Okay.
And that's it. That's a great synopsis. You know, like I'm really into the wind and journals.
Right.
Okay, no, that's not it. So he goes there. He arrives and realizes soon he is not alone.
This sounds like set up for something Lovecraftian.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a neighbor named Gruner that he meets.
Okay.
That's constantly hammered. Every night, the island is overrun by amphibian toad creatures who they must fight off for survival. But that's not it. They kill them. Some of them they capture, and they fuck them.
I wish that the audience could have seen the look in your eyes when you said, and they fuck them.
It's a tale of isolation, bestiality, gore, and madness, reminiscent of a combination of H.P. Lovecraft and H.G. Wells.
And fucking David Lynch.
And David Lynch.
Wow. I'm interested.
I'm gonna fuck me some toad people out in the snow.
They have to discover at the end that Guar is responsible for all of this.
So, I mean, I don't know if you have a better idea, but just based on this plot synopsis, our rating system for this week has to be something like Toad Cunts.
Toad Cunts. Done. Done. Froggy Cunts.
Amphibious vaginas. How about amphibious vaginas?
Done.
Let's class it up a little.
I like that.
Toad Cunts is a little too much.
Yeah, especially after Queefer last episode. You know, we got to get scientific this time.
Amphibious vaginas.
Amphibious vaginas.
Amphibious vaginal crevices.
Toad Cunts.
That sounds like a pretty good grindcore band. We're the Toad Cunts from Antarctica. So,
fuck.
That's it for horror news.
That was a good horror news. It ended with Toad Cunts.
Yeah, you can't beat a good Toad Cunt, you know. So now the time that everyone's been waiting for.
We're gonna do the commercial break first.
Oh yeah,
what everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah, everyone's been waiting for the commercial break.
Well, if they heard the Sencal Pro commercial last episode,
the best commercial of all time.
That commercial is hands down the finest work we have ever done.
It is. It's 48 seconds of awesome.
When I put the reverb on that opening to that, I shat my pants. My office still smells like feces.
Well, they're gonna hear it. Yeah. They'll know what you're talking about
now.
But first commercial is always Amazon.
Yeah, that's true. We'll give them props first. Hi, thanks for listening to the Postmortem Podcast. If you want to support us, go to our website at www.postmortemshow.com and click the Amazon link.
By clicking on the Amazon banner, Amazon will give a small percentage of the purchase price of your item back to the Postmortem Podcast at no additional cost to you. That's right. It doesn't cost you any money. We get money. You want us to keep doing this? You want more Doug Jones talk? You want more dick and fart talk? I don't care. We're going to do it.
Fund our filthy, filthy habits.
Yes, and they are many and they are fast.
And most of them aren't legal.
Yes. Click the banner. Just do it.
Come on, don't be a dick. Give us money.
It's time for the good movie. And the bad movie.
Yes,
we're back.
It is that time. We are back with a good movie.
Apparently a great movie.
And the great movie and the absolute pile of shit movie. That's what I got this week.
Wow.
You said you got okay and okay?
I got okay and slightly more okay, yeah.
Okay, well, since I got the shitty and the great, I think you better start.
Okay. So my okay movie I watched 2 nights ago. It's called Hush. It's on Netflix now. Has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. People are liking the fuck out of this movie.
I have too indulged in the Hush. Actually, we talked about it in the previous show. I was excited.
Yeah. And I thought, so the story is there's this woman who's a deaf mute. She had bacterial meningitis when she was a little kid. And it destroyed her ability to hear and speak. So she's deaf, she's mute, she's a writer. And apparently she's a very good writer. And the reason she's such a good writer is because she's able to look at a situation and think out all of the possible contingencies
By talking to herself.
But earlier she says that the voice in her head is her mother's.
But it looks like her.
Yeah, and then
She sees herself,
yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah, good concept.
Yeah,
and
very great concept.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking forward to. The execution.
Yeah. Then she lives in the woods, kind of alone. She's just out of a relationship, broken up with this guy who keeps calling her, and she's got one friend that lives down the street. And a psycho shows up and starts tormenting her, and it turns into a home invasion slasher movie with a lot of cat and mouse elements to it. And I actually really liked the cat and mouse. I thought the direction on it was really good. I thought it was an interesting concept. For the most part, it was well made, but there was one big thing in the movie that pissed me the fuck off.
What was that?
The fact that she's supposed to have the ability to see all these contingencies, and yet on 3 occasions that I can name, she gave up tactical advantage to the guy that was trying to kill her.
Well, oh no, she does that a lot.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of bad ideas.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in a fiction, okay, so if you're writing a story, you can come up with all these things. Doesn't mean Stephen King's going to beat your ass, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of realistic. She's, who's going to... The deaf girl's not really going to stand too much of a chance.
Right.
That is not what bothered me. What bothered me was the killer, when he was not talking and writing shit, and he had that cool mask, and then he fucking loses it.
Took the mask
He
off.
takes the mask off, and then he's like this guy that's like a normal
Just
guy.
a fucking regular jack-off that works at 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, and then the fucking neighbor comes over, that scene with the neighbor, and the neighbor obviously realizes what he's doing. He still kills him.
Yeah, and then
Didn't need it.
The whole thing with the boyfriend repeatedly calling her that doesn't turn into anything.
Yeah.
Like, it should have been, she never answered the phone. I'm going to go to her house and see if she's okay. Gets killed. Something like that.
Something like that.
When you
or
show
it turns out to be him.
Yeah.
Take some, that would have been a way better movie.
When you show the loaded gun in the first act, people expect the loaded gun to go off in the third act. And
you pull the barbed wire bat out at WrestleMania, and you don't even fucking use it.
Fuck that shit. So
and then I have to use it.
Yeah.
And look at my face.
Yeah. You have to use it on yourself if there's no one else.
Yes.
So, there were a number of times where I literally... I'm not the kind of person that, watches sports and yells... I don't watch sports at all, but, I'm not the kind of person that yells at the screen,
Bitch, don't open the door! He's back there!
Run, bitch, run! No, that's not me. But, especially, if you're supposed to be good contingencies, you should understand the concept of the bottleneck. And if you've got someone bottlenecked, you take advantage. She had a fucking knife in her hand. He was trying to come in through the window, and she started stabbing out at him. You let him get halfway through the window, and when he's in the most awkward position possible, stab him repeatedly until he dies.
Well, there's that. Okay, so there's a lot of problems. There's that. It was promising at first when the best part of the movie by far, and this is not giving much away, it's probably 15 minutes in, so I'm not going to give you guys spoilers or anything like that because it's a relatively new movie, but she has a next door neighbor friend, and the friend comes over, they have some wine, and she almost burns the house down because she is retarded in addition to being deaf.
Yeah.
So
apparently when you're deaf you can't cook.
Yeah. So just to show her alarm system, that's what the whole premise of that was. Anyways, the friend comes back and she's typing on her computer, and the friend is pounding on the door, bleeding, trying to get help.
Right.
Because he already killed her.
And she talks about how she can feel vibrations.
I know.
And she can feel the vibration of her cell phone buzzing.
Yes.
But she can't feel the vibration of someone banging on her fucking window.
On the window for their life.
Yeah. Stupid.
So that pissed me off, and just a lot of missteps. I really wanted to like it.
I wanted to also, and I liked the way it was made. From the technical perspective, it was a good movie.
There's not the fucking killing scenes are nothing.
No, the killing scenes are nothing.
It's not gory. Yeah. There's nothing innovative about this movie other than it's good.
The sound design was innovative. I thought the way that they did the sound, especially when you would hear things from her perspective and you would see what was going on, I thought that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. But if for my money, when I think about it, there's better movies that are like this movie that don't have a lot of gore, that are just your basic premise than this movie.
Yeah.
Check out a film called Oxygen.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody. You seen that?
Yeah. Good movie.
Okay, she's not deaf or anything, but it's like a minimal gore movie. It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
That beats this. and many others like it.
Even The Strangers is kind of minimal gore, and
Yeah.
yet it's a scary movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that has a lot more. Even fucking, even the dude from Idiocracy. You ever see that movie Vacancy where he's in the hotel?
Yeah.
That's better than that.
Yeah, it is.
And that's like a mainstream movie with the guy from Idiocracy.
Yeah. So
President Camacho, 5-time Ultra SmackDown champion, porn star, and President of the United States.
I would vote for him.
I would too.
Yeah.
Sorry, going on tangents again.
That's it.
After last time, not going to do it.
Yeah.
We're not going to be that show. I will not be going on multiple tangents ever again.
No Bakersfield stories.
No Bakersfield stories.
Seeing as how we pissed off the entire city of Bakersfield last episode.
Until later in the episode, in which case I have another Bakersfield story.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just kidding.
The mayor of
You got
Bakersfield's
anything?
going to write us.
Let's cut this shit off right now. Let's get back on topic. Hush. You got anything else about Hush?
I'm going to give Hush 5.2 amphibious vaginas.
Amphibious vagina. I forgot about that.
I'm going to give it 5.2. It showed promise, then it fell flat.
Get back on topic. We're professional. We're professional broadcast.
That's
I'm
right.
going to give it 5.2 amphibious vagina. We are that show, apparently. So.
Queefer.
Yeah, Queefer Sutherland. Coming for you.
So, since you've seen it, what would you give it?
You say 5.2. Do you know the fucking 100% Rotten Tomatoes reminds me of My Bad Movie.
Yeah.
My Bad Movie has 90%.
Wow.
And I'm pissed off about that.
Wow.
Similar to Hush. You say 5.2. I'd agree with you. 5.2 maybe. Maybe I go 5. You know, maybe I go 5 even. Maybe I go 5.5 even. It just really depends.
What is 0.2 of an amphibious vagina? Is that like one amphibious cunt hair?
frog dander? 2% of a lab. Anyways. Okay. Moving on from the frog vaginas until the end of this next review.
Right. Frog vaginas always come back.
My Bad Movie from 2014, 90 fucking percent on Rotten Tomatoes. I've read other reviewers praising this movie. If you look up the IMDb, people are saying, "Oh, it's the best horror movie I've seen in at least 5 years." No, it's not. I'm talking about Spring. You see this fucking shit?
No.
Spring? Okay. Spring is Twilight in disguise.
Okay.
They disguise you like it's going to be like Lovecraft, but it's fucking Twilight. And it pissed me off.
Wow.
Written and directed by Justin Benson, starring Lou Taylor Pucci. Lou Taylor Frog Pucci. And Nadia Hiller. It's about a young man that goes to Italy where he falls in love with a woman harboring a very dark secret.
Okay. She has a frog vagina.
In the spirit of our episode, Transformations.
Yes.
We're going with the transformations today. Top 5 transformations.
We are.
I gave it a shot.
Okay.
Fuck. So it's basically a vacation love story about this guy who falls for this weird girl. There's something wrong with him, but he loves her anyway. And she comes up to him and she's like, "Hey, you want to fuck?" Basically, like, she's all blatant about it like that, you know. And I was like, I kind of laughed, being the sophomore kind of,
right.
Talking about the Queefer Southern and stuff. That
Right.
made me laugh. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, maybe this is going to be good, Takes a long time for anything to happen. I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
I just need a little. I'm okay with character studies. I'm okay with a long, drawn-out, slow burn.
There
But
can
something
be a
has
slow
to
burn,
happen
but
in
yeah.
the first quarter of the movie. Drag it out until you get the big fucking...
Yeah.
You know?
Little tidbits. to keep
Yeah,
you
give me
interested.
something. No. It is revealed she is actually some kind of freak or monster that is immortal and reborn every 20 years through taking sperm from a man, shedding her skin, and going through a series of evolution from long ago until current day. So she evolves with tentacles and all the shit. And there's this cool scene that where she has a bunch of tentacles and shit, and she's writhing on the floor and her face is melting and shit. Cause she's evolving. She
Right.
re-evolves and hibernates.
Oh,
and
she
all
actually
that.
goes through the process.
Yeah, of evolution.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So
Which
she's like a monkey at some point?
It's better
Does
on
he fuck her when
paper.
she's a monkey?
No. If she fucked her when she had the tentacles, maybe that Cold Skin movie would not need to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
It'd be like, did Carrie Lip write this movie?
So, yeah. Squid fucked. So the only way she can stay immortal and not renew the cycle is to fall in love. It's fucking ridiculous. It's a sappy love story with no horror besides one little transformation scene. While that is well executed, fuck this movie. I have no idea why it's so highly reviewed. 90% Rotten Tomatoes, 6.7 IMDb. People wrote things on there like one of the best horror films of 2014. To me,
is it 12-year-old girls reviewing it?
It's fuck if I know.
It's like Eat, Pray, Love with a transformation scene.
I hate this fucking movie. I'm going to give it the lowest review I have ever given so far on the show. I would go with a 0, but I'm going to give it 1 point for the tentacle scene.
Okay.
There was some writhing tentacles on the floor. You know, I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft mark, as are you. I appreciate me some tentacles, but 1 out of 10 amphibious vaginas.
Alone.
And fucking amphibious.
Alone amphibious vag.
Yeah, 1. And amphibious vaginas. Great rating system for this fucking movie.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fuck you, Spring. Fuck you, Justin Banson.
Shit. That makes me never want to see this movie.
Don't ever see it.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time. If you're listening to this and you say, but Spring is one of the greatest horror movies of our century. It's like the Romeo and Juliet of modern day cinema. Then I say to you,
Fuck you, Queefer.
Queefer. All right. Time for the good movie. So, a couple weeks ago, a couple shows back, I reviewed a bad movie called The Hollow. This is not that movie. This is a much better movie called The Hallow.
I did see that, and I was confused. I thought they changed the cover art
Yeah.
at first, but then I saw the rating was different,
Yeah.
and the synopsis was different. I have not got around to it, but
It's
I
good.
have been willing to.
Yeah, it's
Give it
an
the-
Irish film.
Yeah.
And it's about this couple from London who move to the Irish countryside and start restoring this old house. And the husband in the family is a scientist of some variety, and he's working with the government to find trees that they can clear out so that they can build a housing development. And everyone in the village is coming to his house, and they're saying, you know, hey, you can't fuck with the forest, you can't fuck with the forest. The Hallow live there, the Hallow live there. And he's like, whatever, what's the Hallow? And then something starts fucking with his kid, and breaking his windows and making all kinds of weird shit happen in his house. And it turns out that the Hallow are creatures of Irish fairy tale, but it's not like American fairy tales where they're like Tinkerbell fairies with wings and shit like that. They're basically the basis of like changeling lore, and they're demons of the woods with these weird, chaotic, mutated bodies, and they steal people's children or whatever it is that they love, and they mutate it. And
So they make the kid look different?
they start making him look different, and then they take the kid away and they replace it with a changeling kid, and his wife is convinced that it's their actual kid and that he's losing his shit.
So how is the effects on this movie? Is it good?
It's almost 100%. Almost 100%. That's I'm taking a statistic. I should punch myself in the dick for that. It's about 90% practical effects.
Okay.
And the 10% digital effects are only used to enhance practical effects, which is how you should do CG.
Yeah.
It worked for Jurassic Park. It works every time they do it. There are a couple scenes where you're like, okay, that's obviously CG, but it's all done to enhance.
Yeah.
All the monsters are people in fucking rubber costumes in weird contortionist positions, making weird sounds and throwing things and breaking shit.
Could use a little bit of Doug Jones in this movie.
I was surprised that he didn't end up in it. Yeah.
He's not Irish.
That's probably what it was.
They don't take kindly to Doug Jones in it.
They don't like them Yankee tall lankies, them lanky Yankees. But it was a very good movie. It was a very good story, and it had a cool blending of fairy tale folklore and science, because they have this goo that they secrete that if it gets in your body, it starts fucking with you, and they basically make that akin to the kind of fungus that are out there that get into bugs and take over the bug's brain, and basically the bacteria that live in there control the bugs like vehicles. This is a real thing that actually happens.
Okay.
And so they mix science and fairy tale together, and it's very, very well done. I was very impressed.
I'm going to check it out. You know, accents, to me, if there's a strong accent, I almost prefer... Like, I watch a lot of Japanese subtitles, Spanish, French. I almost prefer when it's not English with an accent, I almost prefer straight subtitle.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's more distracting to me when I'm trying to listen to what they're saying and they have really strong, kind of like The Witch with the really strong accents, you know. Yeah. In some parts, you can't understand what they're saying. I'd rather just have the subtitles. You know? So that's one thing that kind of keeps. That's the only reason I didn't pull the trigger on this yet.
Well, the main characters are British and their accents aren't very strong. But the Irish characters that they deal with, there's a cop that's from Belfast, and his accent's pretty thin, so you can understand. But the country folk that they have to deal with are all they're real fucking Irish. Practically speaking Gaelic. Yeah. So I'm going to give The Hallow, not The Hollow, 7.8 amphibious vaginas.
Well, it's strong. 7.8.
Strong movie. I can't sit down for long periods of time because of my back. Like, I have to get up and move around and shit. So when I watch a movie, I have to watch it in like 30, 40 minute increments, turn it off, get up, move around a little bit. I actually sat down and watched this movie all the way through.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a strong endorsement. So you ready for my good movie of the week?
Lay it on me, man. I'm very interested. Okay then.
That was not the sound effect I've used to you. I have multiple sound effects. It's worthy of multiple sound effects.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Does that mean this movie's a 10?
I'm not going to give that away till the end. I'll tell you what the rating is at the end, but it's a very strong fucking movie.
Okay.
So, 2015, new to me, you know, came out of New Zealand.
Okay.
It's a horror comedy.
They're putting out some good movies.
Horror comedy, I mean, to me, I love a fucking serious, gritty, disturbing fucking horror movie like Serbian Film or fucking Inside.
Serbian Film wasn't a horror comedy? Because I laughed like a motherfucker.
And you're a more disturbed person than I am. But you know what I mean. I love me some Exorcist, where it's a dreary vibe.
Just
I love that.
Played straight,
but to me, with the rewatchability and everything, you know, when I look at that, some of the horror comedies, like Reanimator is my favorite movie of all time.
Total horror comedy.
Another one, which I could compare to this a little bit, Dead Alive.
Yeah. Housebound.
New Zealand. Housebound.
It was a New Zealand horror comedy.
Yep. Well, this one written and directed by Jason Lee Howden.
Okay.
A teen metalhead is forced to move with his uncle after his fat mom is arrested for going on a meth binge and trying to suck off a mall Santa Claus.
Is that the actual synopsis, or did you write that?
No, this is my synopsis.
Oh, okay.
This is my synopsis. And she's, beginning of the movie, she's fat and naked wearing a Santa hat in her mugshot. Awesome. I was in. I was fucking in.
I'm already in, yeah.
I was fucking in. Good start, huh? He goes to a new school, forms a metal band with a group of misfits after he meets the cool metal dude in town. They need a name. There's different suggestions, different members of the group. Let's call ourselves the Murder Boners.
It's a good name.
Tooth Vagina.
Good name.
Maggot Sperm.
Good name.
Cannibal Unicorn.
Great name.
No. We have the name. And it's the name of the movie, too. And it's called Deathgasm.
Okay.
Deathgasm.
That's great.
It is in all capitals because lowercase is for pussies.
You write queefer in lowercase.
Yeah. Dude, I cannot put this movie over to you enough. You need to see it.
Wow. I'm intrigued.
The lead character has a crush on his cousin's girlfriend. She gives off the vibe that she wants him, but he screws it up. He's just too nervous, timid guy. There's a scene where he leaves band practice and he's wearing all corpse paint, and she asks him if he wants to go get ice cream. So they go eat ice cream in the park, and she's like a cheerleader blonde kind of girl. And he's in corpse paint with studded arm things and they're licking on ice cream cones and stuff, and she's asking him, should I get my tattoo here or here, and pulling up her clothes right. Totally flirting with him, and he's just
Is this done low budget style, like Trauma, or is it high budget style?
Dude, the effects are amazing.
Okay.
It's great. And it's all practical, except for a few minor things. There's a little questionable electricity and that kind of stuff. So, anal kindness reference.
Good. Okay, they know their shit.
Yeah. They end up
breaking into a legendary metalhead's house and learning that he is mixed up in the occult.
Okay.
And the occult's coming.
The occult is coming for him.
They are.
Specifically the occult.
The occult.
The occult.
These people in suits and shit.
And they're called the occult?
And they're like the occult.
Okay.
Their references, they don't have an actual like name of their like little group or whatever. But this guy's like, go get him. And he's yelling at these people and someone gets beheaded, And he's like, no, do it again. You got it on my carpet. Put the tarp down. So then they like get the head and like try to like hold it up to the body and look at him and like act like they're cutting it again on the tarp. And he's like, that's better. And then he's in front of a table. He pushes this girl that's like sucking his dick the whole time, which you don't realize. Often he's just got this mean ass face.
This sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what they do is they break into this legendary metalhead's house that these same people are trying to after they break in, they realize these other people want it because he has a very old piece of sheet music, and it's a summoning hymn of demons. And they take it and turn it into the newest Deathgasm song.
Nice.
A song so awesome that the guy complaining about the music at the garage turns into a zombie and starts fucking bleeding out of his eyes and his ears and shit. And people are like clawing their faces and stuff while they're playing this music, and they're all foaming at the mouth while they're playing it and shit.
Nice.
It's so awesome. The drums start bleeding.
This sounds fantastic.
All of which I've described took place within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie.
Whoa.
I'm not going to spoil it because it is fucking glorious. If you're a fan of horror comedies, metal, or especially both, this is the movie for you.
This sounds like it's in the vein of Todd versus the Book of Pure Evil.
Dude, it is a combination, to me, of The Evil Dead. A lot of Sam Raimi in this. The way that they kind of like, when the demons are going after somebody, they kind of like go like they're on a treadmill, like they float, like Sam Raimi style,
Like their feet aren't moving.
Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
With Evil Dead, with fucking Dead Alive.
Nice.
It is gory as fuck, almost all practical effects, and I laughed out loud, laughing out loud several times in the movie.
Wow.
I consider it a new classic. I will be rewatching it many times.
I want to see this.
And this is the first movie on the Postmortem Show that I am going to give 10 out of 10.
Amphibious vaginas.
Amphibious vaginas.
That's awesome.
10 out of 10 amphibious vaginas. You brought me Mr. Vampire today.
Yeah.
You will be leaving with Deathgasm. You gotta check it out.
I'm excited. I will go home and watch this tonight.
It's not on Netflix. It's not on Amazon Prime. You gotta send away for it. You gotta purchase it on demand, that kind of stuff. You guys, do yourself a favor and watch some Deathgasm.
That's a fucking shining review.
It is a shining review.
Wow.
So
I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about it next show.
You are.
Probably.
You're like, this fucking movie sucked. What the fuck is wrong with you?
retarded.
You're retarded. Me and Kiefer Sutherland were gonna go out and eat ice cream at the park. So, that's my review.
Wow.
Of the greatest movie talked about so far on the podcast.
Wow.
Besides Reanimator.
Right.
It's not as good as Reanimator. We are going to be coming out with our top 100 horror movies of all time.
As soon as I'm done with finals, I'll have that list
As
up.
soon as Dom's done with finals and he can get the time to put this and compile this shit together. I had to go back after I watched this. Right after I watched it, I was thinking about, whoa, I cannot have this not be on my top 100. I had to bump a movie. I had to bump number 100 and insert this at number 20.
Okay.
Of all time.
Wow, number 20.
Yeah.
Top 20. That's impressive.
I love me some Deathgasm.
Yeah.
So, we will be back after the most awesome commercial
Of all time that you've ever heard. May 15th, coming to the grassroots. It's SenCal Professional Wrestling.
Sunday, May 15th at The Graduate, 990 Industrial Way, San Luis Obispo, California. SenCal Pro Wrestling returns.
Tickets are available at SendCalPro.com.
Now we're back!
With the top 5 transformations.
Yeah.
As suggested by listener Casey from Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, we have his top 5 also. Remind me to read them after we do ours.
Yeah.
Because I will have to go into the Gmail
And go get
and
it.
I'll forget unless you
Right.
tell me. Then we'll have to patch it in at the end.
Right.
And that's never fun.
Like a bunch of dicks. I actually had a lot of fun with this list. I thought that I was going to have to do some research on it, but then as I started writing things down, I just came up with like 15 things. And
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, there are a lot of good transformations that,
Yeah.
that are really just in my mind.
I have I have 12 honorable mentions.
Okay.
Wow. My top 5 is pretty strong.
Yeah.
One of it, a little questionable. A little people might be upset about it, but I really enjoyed it.
We thrive on controversy.
Yeah.
Controversy creates cash. Clicking on Amazon banner creates cash.
Yeah, click on the Amazon banner if you love controversy. If you hate your parents and you want to rebel, go to our website, click the Amazon banner, purchase something, and then do a postmortem.
That's right. And fuck the police.
Yes, fuck the police. So I'll start.
Okay.
You did the honors of starting the horror news and the good and bad movie this show. So I will start. My number 5, Dr. Pretorius from Beyond.
Yes.
From a BDSM old man on the videotapes to one of the most hideous creatures you will ever see in From Beyond.
Hell yeah.
He keeps coming back through the portal because he's Dr. Pretorius.
He was on my honorable mentions actually.
Yeah.
That was,
he is my number 5. You know I love me some fucking Jeffrey Combs.
You got the poster right there.
Yep. Brian Yuzna.
Yeah.
Yuzna. So Dr. fucking Pretorius. If you haven't seen From Beyond, fuck you. Check it out.
Crawford's transformation in that movie was really good too.
Yeah, it is. He grew like dick worm out of his forehead.
Yeah, his pineal gland
And it
got all big.
Yeah, and it gets cut off.
Yeah. I smoked DMT once.
Forehead castration.
And I grew a dick gland out of my forehead from smoking DMT
Really?
once. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I could feel
Did
it
you get
just, like,
forehead castrated also?
pulsating. Yeah, I did. That's I'm half the man I used to be.
Don't you ever bring that song up again.
My number 5 is Seth Brundle from The Fly.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Could have easily been the number 1.
It's a good one. It's a damn good one.
It just too obvious.
Yeah.
It was. I was thinking about it. I was like, well, it has to be the number 1.
Yeah.
It can't be the number
Yeah.
1. It's on my honorable mentions also because it's right there. It's right in front of your face.
I made it my number 5 because it was so obvious. Because
Yeah.
it could easily be number 1, but God, it's good.
It's
and
great.
if you go back, I went back and watched some stuff on YouTube, and it still holds up.
It
Like,
does.
It's just
Cronenberg.
Yeah, Cronenberg's a master of his
Amazing.
craft.
Yes. All right. My number 4, Julian Sands. He played the Warlock.
Yeah,
You ever see that movie? Warlock?
yeah. I love that movie.
He was in another movie in 1991 called Naked Lunch.
Naked Lunch is a great movie.
And he transformed into a gay insect raping thing.
That's right. Rape
Put
sect.
his tentacles in this dude's face and raped him as an insect. He transformed into a raping insect. You can't get better than
He
that.
turns into the rape mantis.
Yeah. He's also in Boxing Helena, too.
Yeah,
I like that.
which
And
is
that was
good.
directed by Jennifer Lynch, who
Yeah.
did my last bad movie.
Yeah.
It
That-
could've
that's
been
a great
good.
movie. That's a
But
great,
Boxing
great
Helena,
movie.
great.
Yeah.
And that was like 1993, and she didn't do shit for like 10 years.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, and he was
You gotta
the
come back
Warlock.
strong, Jennifer Lynch.
Yeah, for real. She needs to work with Julian Sands again. That's the
She
problem.
does.
I don't think that guy's doing anything right now.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Warlock, though, underrated.
Great
so
movie.
terrible.
Great
so
movie.
Good.
I like when he bites out the guy's tongue in that movie.
In the barn. It takes place in a barn. There's barn scenes.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm a big fan of the barn scenes.
Yeah, running with the
You look
Amish.
at me right now like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Cool. All right, man.
I love me some barn scenes.
He's all
Friday
about
the
the barn.
13th, in the barn when it's not really Jason. Spoiler alert. Okay.
All right.
I'm not going on a tangent. Give me your number 4.
My number 4 was another one that I was gonna put on my honorable mention, but again, it just holds up so well, and it's so shocking the first time that you see it. Is the Spiderhead transformation from The Thing?
Yeah.
that
The Thing could have been just The Thing.
Just by itself,
It's on
the
my
whole thing.
honorable mentions
Yeah.
as a transformation. Just The Thing.
the thing in and of
You
itself.
don't gotta say anything else other than that whole movie. It's nothing but transformation.
It's all about transformation.
It's another one though, like The Fly, that to me is
Yeah,
just
it's-
you're gonna think about transformations. You're gonna think about The Thing.
Yeah.
right after The Fly. So.
Right. That I actually started with the thing, the Spiderhead one, because I mean, as a kid, that freaked me out the first time I saw it, and every time I watch it, it's just so good, and it looks so real when it's happening.
Yeah.
So everything after that is on my list is not obvious, but my top two ones, they're just so strong that I had to put them on.
Yeah. All right, so my number 3, right? We're at number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you did 4 or 5. I did 4 and 5. My number 3, a little movie that came out not too long ago, a couple years ago, came out of left field, and I fucking loved it. Starry Eyes.
Great movie.
Sarah, from
Great
Starry
movie,
Eyes.
yeah.
Her shit fucking fucks up.
Yeah.
She's melting. Her hair's coming
Lips
out.
are peeling off.
Lips are peeling off.
Yeah.
Teeth, and and just that scene where they're making her scream and do her bathroom thing.
Yeah.
And they're watching her. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It made me uncomfortable watching it.
Yeah, that movie really did come out of nowhere. I think
loved it.
I was sick when I watched it, and there was I've watched so many horror movies, been sick for a few days. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll check this out. I have a friend who looks like the girl in that movie,
Yeah.
and she's an actress.
At which stage of transformation does she look like?
in
There's a big difference, though.
Yeah. In the beginning, and actually, I kind of thought it was her because she's an actress, and I kind of fell off a little bit. It wasn't her.
She
But-
comes back out bald, but still with some nice ass boobs.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, she's bald.
Great body on that woman.
Give her some chemo. I'll still go there.
Yeah. That's very good of you.
I'm a good Samaritan.
That's right. The cancer fuck.
We're terrible people.
There's a great chapter in the book version of Fight Club about fucking a woman.
Yeah, the one with all the dildos and
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
Where you can feel her bones under her skin.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Actually, I just showed that yesterday. Not to go on a big tangent. Showed Fight Club to David yesterday.
Really?
My son.
In Bakersfield?
No Bakersfield involved. Fucking don't bring up the Bakersfield. Fuck you, Bakersfield. Go back, listen to episode 9. You'll know why.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Dennis Bagley and How to Get Ahead in Advertising. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's a British film. It's not necessarily horror so much as really, really weird surrealist madness. It's about this guy who works for an ad agency, and he's creating an ad for a zit cream. And he's very down on his job. He doesn't like how he has to be dishonest all the time and how he has to sell products that are actually shit. And he starts having a bit of an emotional breakdown. And he develops this big boil on his shoulder. And he starts scratching it and scratching it and scratching it. He scratches it open. It's an eyeball.
Kind of like Army of Darkness.
A little bit. This is before Army of
That's
Darkness.
weird.
Though.
That Army of Darkness scene with the eye and the shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, the bad action.
It's a terrible effect in the shoulder,
Yeah.
the eye in the shoulder, but it's really disturbing.
Yeah, that's actually on my honorable mentions, the bad axe transformation.
Yeah.
But in this one, that movie predates Army of Darkness, I believe. So there's an eyeball, and he freaks out, but no one else sees it. Everyone else just sees the boil, and he goes to get the boil removed. And as he's waiting to get the boil removed, it starts splitting open and popping open on him, and he grows a second head that's like his head, but it's evil, and you can tell it's evil because it has a mustache. it's like
the mark of Satan,
Yeah,
the
it's-
mustachioed.
it's cynical, and it's like talking to him about how he just needs to make his money and all this shit, and then it takes him over and turns his actual head into the boil. And when they come in to remove the boil, they don't notice that he just grew a mustache, and they fucking cut off the boil, and the evil him takes over.
Wow.
But
That's cool.
Yeah, the transition of the eyeball and then the second him growing out of it and all that. For a movie that I think it was done in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was very well done.
Cool. That sounds. I will check it out. That is
How to get ahead in
I like it.
advertising.
How to get ahead in advertising, and you actually got like a head, like
Yeah.
another head.
Yeah. Oh, the British.
Oh, knee slapping goodness. So, my number 2, Michael Rooker as Grant in Slither.
Yes.
A great
I fucking love Slither.
Yes, Slither is so underrated.
Yeah.
A great physical transformation scene and a mental transformation scene too.
Yeah.
That guy changes. He's got a huge character arc from when he starts out,
Yeah.
where he's the family man, and he goes to fuck the girl in the woods and gets shot in the face with some alien sperm,
And madness ensues.
because that's what we like around these parts.
Yeah, any party that begins with alien sperm is probably not going to end well for someone.
He grows some badass tentacles,
Yeah?
and he becomes like he kind of. You know what he reminds me of? And I kind of laughed when I thought about this. When we were researching this topic, I rewatched Slither, and you ever see the Never Ending Story, the rock guy,
The rock
mountain
biter, yeah.
guy? He looks like that, but of flesh. When he's in his final transformation,
does,
scene,
yeah.
his face and like his shoulders and stuff, he looks like the rock
Yeah,
biting.
he kind
guy.
of looks like that guy anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Merle.
Yeah. Grant from Slither.
And that guy's a good actor. Like
He is.
He
He's
has
great.
a weird face, but he's a total chameleon.
Henry.
Oh,
Portrait
yeah.
of a Serial Killer.
Yeah.
Great movie. Does not
Convincing.
get enough. Yes. Disturbing.
Yeah, very disturbing.
NC-17.
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
up.
Great movie. Yeah, Michael Rooker is good. And I really love Slither.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen Slither, check it out.
You're missing
2005, 2006, something
Yeah.
like that.
I saw that movie in the theater.
Really?
And I saw it because Nathan Fillion's
I never
in
even
it.
heard of it, dude. And I saw it on DVD. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I went on, when I was playing in bands and shit around that time, like 2005 was when the height of being busy, going to play gigs all the time and stuff.
Right.
And I missed out on so much
Yeah.
of the mid to early 2000s.
Yeah.
So
I'm a big fan of Nathan Fillion, who plays the sheriff in that movie. He was in Serenity and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
Firefly was the show that he was in.
Yep.
So I went to see it because he was in it and knew that he was going to be good, but didn't know that the whole movie was just going to be goddamn awesome.
dude, it could have been a Yuzna or Cronenberg or
Yeah.
David Lynch. It's very out there.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Zach and Miri make a
Yeah.
porno. She's his wife, and she's great in it too.
Yeah, I love the scene with the deer where the deer almost kills him and the girl saves him.
Yeah.
And he's like, when we tell people about this, is going to end differently.
The whole movie is great. The whole townsfolk, redneck town, they're
Yeah.
in their hoedown and everything.
Yeah.
It's
Very-
great.
it's underrated
It's a movie
movie.
that there's a couple likable characters. You like her.
Yeah, you like the sheriff, yeah.
But the normal townspeople, you want them to die. You know what I mean? There's some likable characters. It's not all unlikable characters.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve of ours
Right.
here. And we have some characters we like, but most people, general public, we want them to see them get chopped in half by a tentacle.
And it happens.
And it does happen.
Movie that fucking delivers.
So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is from a 1998 film made by Fangoria magazine called iZombie. And the transformation is the main character, Mark. And it's basically a documentary-style film about a guy who goes off to...
Isn't that a show now? iZombie or something?
iZombie is a show, but it's like I Like iPad is... But it has nothing to do with this movie.
Okay. I never heard of this.
It's a great movie. Fangoria made it, so
Yeah.
it's got to be gory. It's basically about a dude who goes in to do some science research for a college project, and gets bit by a zombie, and goes home and starts a slow transformation and starts making a documentary documenting his transformation. And the special effects in it are all really good, all very convincing. It's 1998, so they're all practical.
Yeah.
And he just looks like he's fucking rotting.
Things would look better if they went to all practical.
Right. And
CGI is for fucking Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
It's not for zombie movies.
yeah, absolutely. And it's shot like the guy shot it on a 1998 hand cam.
Okay.
And that actually makes the
So
effects...
it's almost found footage?
Sort of, yeah.
It's
Before
like August
Concord was a thing,
Underground?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. And it makes the practical effects look even more dirty and gritty. And because it's a slow transformation, they really get into every aspect of his transformation and every detail. And it's almost like a character study, but also a special effects reel of him just going through this process.
That's basically like The Fly is, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like The Fly, but with a zombie.
Cool.
Good movie.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
You have it? Or?
I do not.
You brought me Mr. Vampire.
I brought you Mr.
So
Vampire.
I'm
yeah.
going to check that out.
Yeah,
Floating Heads. Can't beat the Floating Heads.
Yeah, it's a great movie. There's some good transformations in that movie too. Now that
I'll try to track it down. iZombie. Is it I like you see with, or I like me?
I like the letter I, comma, zombie.
Okay, cool.
Rob Zombie actually, or White Zombie actually, has a song called iZombie, inspired by the movie.
Cool. Well, I'm not a big fan of White Zombie, but I do like his movies.
Yeah.
So, and if you say it's good, I'll probably like it, or I might hate it.
Yeah.
Because one movie you said was bad, which I still am waiting to unleash on you, when I don't have a good movie of the week that I really want to push, one of your bad movies, it's going to come back to bite you.
Really?
I told you this in a previous episode.
I don't remember shit.
We have one. I know. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, how can I even expect?
I told you this 20 minutes ago.
One of your bad movies, I really enjoyed.
Wow. I know it's not The Witch.
It is not The fucking Witch. All right, my number one. You were pretty controversial last week with your vampire. What the fuck? We're not going to say any more than that.
Volturi. Say the words, JD.
Shut the fuck up. It was almost the end of this show. Almost the end. The nail in the coffin of the postmortem show. We will not speak of it anymore.
Okay.
If you want to hear what it is, you got to listen to episode 9. This is episode 10. We're moving on. Now it's my time.
Put it behind us.
We're putting it behind us. We're in double digits.
Yeah.
This is episode 10. Double digits. So.
And we haven't missed a week yet.
Nope.
That's real impressive, actually.
Well, we did do 2 and 1.
But we were on our game.
We're not going to miss a week. Yeah. If we do, it'll be the end. The end. This is the end. My only friend.
And he walked on down the hall.
That shit's so fucking ridiculous.
Have you heard the Nirvana cover of that song?
No, I did not wish to.
It's just Kurt Cobain saying he walked on down the hall over and over again. it's actually
okay, that actually
hilarious.
sounds kind of
funny. It's funny,
yeah. The movie's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. My number one, a very polarizing movie. People love it or they hate it. I think you like it.
Okay.
Because I showed it to you.
Okay.
And I think you do like it.
Okay.
But a lot of people in the horror community do not take kindly to this movie or this director. I loved Red State. I'll say it. I loved Red State.
Yeah, it's a great
that
movie.
was my number 100.
I know where you're going with this. I agree with you.
I just bumped it out of my list. Number 100 was Red State. Bumped it out to make room for Deathgasm. You gotta make room for Deathgasm. But my number one transformation, Justin Long from Waiting. Starts with a little guy named Wallace.
Yeah.
Wallace.
Wallace.
Could be a pun for walrus.
Yeah, very much so.
In Tusk. He becomes a walrus made of human skin with faces seen upon him. He's like Leatherface of his entire body.
Tusk's made of femur bones, wasn't it?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking love Tusk. I don't know how people hate on this movie because I love me some Tusk.
It's a great movie.
It is.
Johnny Depp is so good in it.
You got bit by a spider and I had to cut your leg off. That old man is amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
He's such a creepy... And he's like, it's the best spider. You know, when he finally reveals that he is crazy and he did do it and he's not trying to dupe him anymore to thinking that he tried to help him. That movie is amazing. I love Tusk. It was one of my favorite movies of the year a couple of years ago. And it is my top transformation.
Wow. Yeah, it's still a transformation. I mean, it's not like a supernatural transformation, but it's a total transformation.
It is. He becomes a fucking walrus made of human faces.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, he's still a fucking walrus.
Yeah. And he always will be. Because that shit is sewed to him and femur bones rammed in his mouth and he removed his lower jaw and shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's very disturbing. And that end scene, he's got the beach ball and they're throwing him fishes.
Yeah.
And he acts like a fucking walrus.
Yeah.
And the backstory, too, of the guy. Sorry for spoiling it for you. You guys need to see it anyway. The backstory of the guy when he crashes his boat and he's on the island.
The walrus
with the
is his only
walrus
friend.
is his only friend. It's great.
Good movie. Yeah, good pick.
A little out of left field.
Yeah, a little bit. Not as out of left field as Ernest P. Worrell, but...
I love me some Ernest.
Yeah. My number one transformation is a movie that I've mentioned on the show before. It was actually my number one power tool death scene. Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Okay. I had a feeling you were going to go there, so I did not include it.
That's another movie where the whole film is a transformation.
Yeah.
But it's multiple transformations.
It's a great pick. And I do have it on my honorable mentions, but
every
I figured you were going to
sort
listen
of represents his emotive state as he's going crazy during the process. And it's also well done.
Drill cock.
Yeah, drill cock and getting off on pain and having forks shoved in him and shit like that. It's a good movie, and it's a very unique movie.
He's like a male Mindy from Return of the Living Dead 3.
Sort of. Yeah, except instead of turning into a dead person, he's turning into a drill cock Thunderman whose love will destroy the world.
Like male and female.
Yeah. They belong
It's a good
together.
number one. Strong number one.
Eh. So before we do our honorable mentions, are we going to do our listeners' top 5?
We are. We're going to do the top 5 through Casey Bocock. And it'll just take me a second. Okay. So, top 5. Listener Casey Bocock from Oregon. Number 5 was my number 2, Grant's transformation from Slither.
Okay.
Number 4, on my honorable mentions, Frank from Hellraiser.
On my honorable mentions also.
When he comes through the floorboards, through the blood, he becomes a creature.
So well
Eventually
done.
becomes her dad.
Yeah.
Number 3 was my number 5, Edward Pretorius from Beyond. Number 2, on both of our honorable mentions, Evil Ash from Evil Dead 2,
Yes.
In the Hand. And Army of Darkness. And number 1, The Thing,
Okay.
on both of our honorable mentions. So.
Cool.
Oh, and he had some honorable mentions too that he sent.
Okay.
Max Wren from Videodrome.
Yeah, that's on my honorable
Also
mentions.
on my honorable mentions. American Werewolf in London.
On my honorable mentions.
Also on mine. And I didn't include it because it was too in your face. And that's what he said too. He did not include it. And it
Yeah.
would have been his number 1 as well. But it's too obvious. So, honorable mentions. So,
I'm just deleting all of the ones that we've already mentioned so that I don't take up extra time.
I can't remember a lot of the ones we mentioned. So,
Okay.
I deleted some as we went through. American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We just talked about that.
Yes,
So you
yes, we
deleted
did.
that. Frank from Hellraiser. Oh, wait. Okay, another one. I did not include this only because it was on my top 5 nude scenes.
Okay.
Lionel's mother, Vera, from Dead Alive.
It's also one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah,
That's a
great transformation.
great transformation.
It's very strong.
Into a ridiculous thing.
Yes, and I love it. My next one, Debbie from Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Also one of mine.
Turns into a fucking cockroach.
So good. I went back and watched that, and that's another one that holds up. You know, she's working out and her arms break off.
in the Roach Motel.
Yeah, real disturbing.
My next one, not so much a horror movie. It is kind of a horror movie for kids, but Angelica Houston from The Witches.
Fuck yeah.
Turns into a rat.
Yeah.
Very disturbing to little, whatever, 7-year-old Jason.
Yeah.
Very disturbing.
Still, it's a good movie.
It is. I showed it to my kids, actually.
Nice.
Kaylee and Annabelle.
Nice.
The littlest ones.
Did they like it?
They loved it.
Nice.
Yeah. Kaylee was all about it. Annabelle fell asleep.
Uh,
She does that.
she's young.
My next honorable mention, Society.
I haven't seen that.
You've never seen Society?
No.
Directed by Brian Usna
No.
of Reanimator.
Yeah. I know who he is. I've never heard of that.
You need to see Society. It's about an orgy of people who start melting into each other.
Oh. Cool.
It's like ultimate sex body horror.
Nice.
You gotta see Society.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
1989. Dude,
Wow.
check it out. You need to see Society.
That slipped under my radar. Wow.
You need to see it. It's 1989. You really got to see it. You will love that fucking
Cool.
movie.
I'll look that up.
If I know anyone in the world who loved that movie, it's you. So, Wickus from District 9
Yeah.
turns into an alien.
Yeah.
Now, honorable mentions are the place for non-horror movies that,
You know-
not so much a horror movie, but great transformation.
When District 9 started, like in the beginning, I was like, this is okay. Then they break
Yeah.
out that gun that splatters the guy. As soon as
Yeah.
that happened, I was like, I'm into this movie.
as soon as he started transforming,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah.
I've heard that what's the fucking robot? What's his name?
Chappie?
Chappie. I heard that that's actually good too. It's by the same guy, but
Yeah.
I haven't bring myself around to watch.
I've heard polarizing opinions on it, but the people who I know that said that they like it are people that I trust. Except for Jimmy Ray. I don't trust Jimmy Ray. But he only likes it because Diane Ward is in it.
I would say that I trust him as far as I can throw him, but he's really skinny,
Yeah.
so I could probably throw him pretty far.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck you, Jimmy Ray.
Just kidding, Jim. We love you. Fuck you.
He loves you. I want to kill you.
Yeah, you're dead to us. You're dead to post-mortem. Michael?
With your tiny little hat.
Your tiny little hat. Made for a child. Michael from The Beast Within.
Yeah.
James Woods, VCR Vagina.
Yeah.
It's not amphibious, it's VCR. The fat guy from Thinner. Stephen King's
Yeah.
Thinner.
That's
Quite a transformation.
Yeah, and that one holds up well too. The
It
special
is.
effects
It's
on that were
a
good.
great movie, and it's got fucking...
And that was a good Stephen King adaptation.
and the Gypsy Girls.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Taxidermia. You ever hear of taxidermia?
No.
Taxidermia is a fucked up movie. I should have put this on my list. I should have took off one of the... I was debating whether to take off... If I would have took off a movie, it would have been Tusk, and this would be my number one.
Okay.
But I wanted to put Tusk on because I want people to see it. Taxidermia is pretty hard to get hold of.
Okay.
It's
Never
a movie
heard of it, yeah.
about a taxidermist who taxidermies himself to death. He makes himself his grandest project. It's from like Norway or something like that. It's not in English.
Huh.
And he taxidermies himself to death, like deguts himself and like
Yeah, you'd think that would kill you the first time. I guess if
No,
you start
does
on
it-
your leg or something.
He starts slowly and then he's in pain and stuff. He taxidermies. It's called Taxidermia. It's a fucked up movie and it's a horrible transformation. And this guy is not of his right mind.
No.
No. And that's, I would have put it on. Another one, this could have been my number one too, but I talk a lot about Reanimator.
Mm-hmm.
Almost too much. Almost to the point where we might...
It's your favorite movie,
In
man.
the future, we might have to ban it and say, like, top 5 this, that isn't from Reanimator. Top 5 this, that isn't from Reanimator. Beyond Reanimator, The Warden.
Yeah.
Starts turning into
The
a
rat
fucking
man.
rat.
Yeah.
It's great.
His voice acting wasn't very
Yeah.
good. Like, I don't think he spoke English.
Yeah, he's a terrible actor.
But his body language acting was really good.
No, he's a terrible actor. He's shitty. But I love the movie.
It's a great movie. Rat fighting the penis. And
He is forgivable. And our first episode of Postmortem, if you remember, reanimated severed zombie penises.
That's right.
As based in his penis fights rat scene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was his day.
Yeah. That's the end of my honorable mentions. What you got?
I've got 2 things left that weren't on your honorable mentions. or someone's honorable
Or
mentions.
if you want to elaborate.
Yeah. Eddie Jessup from Altered States. Another Cronenberg movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie too.
And the reason this was on my honorable mentions was because I had The Fly on there, and I didn't want to have the all Cronenberg list.
Cronenberg. You could do top 5 transformations from Cronenberg movies.
And also, The Fly was a better transformation. The special effects aren't better. Like some of the special effects in Altered States are questionable because it's an earlier film.
Yeah,
but
not as high of a budget too.
Exactly. But him going from the caveman to the ultimate enlightened being of pure light was very interestingly done, and from like a Gnosticism perspective, it was very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm a big
It's a good
fan
movie.
of that one.
I like the movie. The movie still holds up. Some of the effects, like you said, are questionable.
Yeah,
but
they're like
the
Tron
movie
effects.
itself, still holds up.
And my final honorable mention, Melvin Junko becoming Toxie, the Toxic Avenger.
That's a great
falling into the vat.
That could have been on the list. That's worthy of the list.
Yeah, and the special effects on it were goddamn terrible, but that's what made it so great.
Yeah, well, it's Troma. I mean.
Yeah.
You could even see from Terra Firma or Casey.
Yeah.
Goes through a lot of physical transformation towards the
big time.
end there, but not the basis of the movie. So,
so that's that.
That's it. That's our top 5 transformations. Thank you, Casey, for sending in your list. And next week, we have, as suggested by our listener in Virginia, Antoine, the top 5 eaten alive scenes.
Yeah, that'll be good. I've got a small list. Got a small list that I'm working on now. I've got to do a little bit of research on that. And
I have some.
We'll
I think
have
I got
fun
a
with
top 5 and some honorable mentions.
yeah, and we've got a guest next week.
And we do have a guest next week, as long as everything goes through.
Right.
We have the mad scientist of ultraviolence, Nathan Hamilton.
Yeah. Actually had a bit of a conversation with him over a Facebook chat yesterday. He hit me up because he heard my mom had surgery and wanted to see how she was doing.
That's why we postponed the interview. And
Very nice of him.
Shout out to Dom's mom.
Yeah. She's good. She's home now.
That's good.
My mom had 3 rods and a false disc put in her spine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty fucked up for about a
I
week and a half.
You told me.
Yeah.
So, this show is dedicated to Dom's mom's recovery.
That's right.
We wish her well.
And we wish her
And
many
next week we have
vaginas to come.
we wish your mom amphibious vaginas. That is fucked up.
It's post-mortem, man. Got that PMA.
Got that PMA post-mortem attitude. So next week, join us for top 5 eaten alive scenes with Nathan Hamilton, the Son of Celluloid blog, sonofcelluloid.com, also the Picking Brains podcast, and actor in the upcoming movie, which you were very excited about. I didn't know about, and I'm very excited about now. Frankenstein created bikers.
Yeah.
So, join us next Wednesday for the newest edition of Postmortem.
And as H.P. Lovecraft once said, if it smells like fish,
Throw the fucker back to Bakersfield.
amphibious vaginas.